one. Those noises are terrible. Yo, that is the worst opening to the stream we've ever done.
Wait, we're live?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I counted down. I went
Are you
3,
sure?
2, 1. As you went.
I wasn't ready. That's why I was screaming with my
It
mouth
doesn't
closed.
matter if you're ready in this group. Dave's just like, no, we're going live.
I counted down.
Your metal thing is for
Well, you counted down, but you didn't stop when we said
I
not
said
ready.
ready, and I heard
Say ready, and we're like, no, and you're like, okay, we're live now. Say hello.
In context, for context, people, at 7:30, I looked at the Zoom call, and it was just chairs. No one was
But
in
you
the call.
never clarified, like, if the call was starting at 7:30 or the
did.
stream was.
I did. If you look
You
at
did,
it,
you did actually,
7
yeah,
o'clock.
that's some-
7
yeah.
o'clock call.
But
Thank
to
you.
be fair,
7:30
we
start.
were all here at like 25:02.
Playing
it
Among
just-
Us. Not.
True. It was
They
25
had important
past.
business to do.
Hey guys,
We,
top of the morning coffee.
hey.
Anyway, all right. Welcome to the about to say the Crimson Petal. I hope everyone's doing good. Hope you had a lovely holiday if you celebrated it. No idea what these guys were up to joining Among Us, but we got a lot to do today. Obviously, as you can see, our lovely. Oh shit, we haven't got a cleric in the group. Okay, cool. Our lovely cleric.
Heal people?
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
Fine.
We have a bard.
Healing word and yep, good. Cool many draws.
Why
Yes.
does that matter?
You guys, you're RPing today, so it's fine. But Cool Many Draws isn't here today. They are with their family, so wish them all the best of luck and all that kind of jazz. They are going to be doing their own thing in the background of the game, basically. What do you expect to call Maddie? Next week we'll probably do a little bit of RP between me and themselves. Me and them, sorry. Themselves. Awesome English.
Me, myself, and I.
Me, myself, and I. But yeah, we're going to be cracking on with today's session. Hope everyone enjoys the story, what's going to happen. I'm more or less going to be listening just as much as everyone else watching today. What else do I need to say? I sort of have to recap from last week, right? So, what the fuck happened last week? Last week, our players were learning a lot about their characters, as in what their characters can and can't do, for one. And I, the DM, was right all the time, baby. Anyway, but they had a fight with a cult. They defeated them. They managed to escape using Boy's method of bringing out Magnus, which is a rhinoceros steel defender. Fucking awesome. I love that scene. Bash through a...
Nearly killing everybody who was on it.
Grave. Yeah, squashed them. They managed to break out. Kia decided to kick a door. Even though they already knew how to get out, they decided to kick a door, which set off a necromancy trap. I never thought you guys would do that. I thought you weren't going to do it. So that caused a lot of chaos as well, because the Purple Dragon Knights, or the Purple Dragons, depending on their rank, started to investigate the area. Boy realized what was going on, so they started to follow Rascal. And Oakley decided to cast Silence in a panic, which means no healing could happen, no conversation could happen for 10 minutes. It was awesome. Quick rewrite on that, by the way. Range on Silence is not 120 feet. I believe it's 20 or 30 feet. It's something like that. You can cast it at 120 feet away. Anyway, it's all good. We'll all learn. That's what I like about this. We're all learning as well. And I think the cool thing is, like, people who are just watching right now, if you've never played a game before, you get to know it too. And we ended up in Rascal's abode after, I think it was Theodore who slipped on the way up, if I can remember rightly.
Yep.
We had a little conversation.
Who really knows?
We don't know. It was
Could
so
have been
cool.
any of us.
It was so elegant. Theodore played it off, so it's all good.
It's totally fine.
Neela took an extra bit of medicine to try and calm him down, so we might even go into that later on, depending on how far we go. Currently, the time is 5 past midnight. I don't know. No, it's gone past midnight. So the moon is dead in the sky. And I think, if I'm rightly, Oakley is meditating on the balcony. I have not wrote notes. This is just from memory, so I'm doing okay so far.
Yeah, that's impressive that this is from memory. I can barely remember what I did 5 minutes ago.
That's because I watched the session straight away afterwards. And that's why I sent you guys a message going, this is what we're going to do. Go.
I also believe Rascal was like thinking about the book, and Boy was with
Yeah,
them.
we were
Theo.
all deducing some stuff.
Yeah,
I loved
about
it.
the book.
You brought out a convenient map, what you had in your house, because, you discovered that you have been, as we discussed a tiny bit between us, Rascal has been to High Moon. There's also, I want to give Neela something later on. But you have had experience there. Kia, we were discussing that you have been close. Not really. You went into Hullock Forest. The reason being was because you actually chased off the band of orcs and goblins what actually raided Cherry Blossom Town. But you didn't get all of them. Some of them escaped because that's more interesting then. You got them all and that's it. Job's a good one. And is there anything else we decided to talk? Was there anything else that got brought up? All apart from theories and all that kind of jazz?
I think that was about it.
I think we mentioned a book as well. I think we had the fight. Then you discovered the book, the hit list, if you would, with so many different names. Let me just call those names out, actually, because that is good fun. But yeah, you guys discovered the hit list, and with Rascal, because obviously you're a bounty hunter, you could sort of ascertain what that kind of list was. It was a book full of names. A couple of the names were Emma Rain of Arabelle, Ezra Zor of Marsemba. Totally sounds like dinosaur, but Paige the Frostbitten of Suzail. Freshly crossed out Father Henry Dusk of Cherry Blossom Town. And the last one that has not been crossed out was Tassio Turn Sans Grace of High Moon. I think you tripped a trap as well. Tripped a trap, got it. But apart from that, I think we're all good regarding that. It's the only time I looked at notes for names. Yeah, I think apart from that.
Yeah, and we saw the teleportation circle in.
Correct. Yeah. So Neela was able to notice that there was a teleportation what was used, but also destroyed as well to make sure that no one could follow him where we were going. And I think
That's it.
is it. So I believe, and Neela and Key, this is up to you guys because you said you're going to do some RP, and then I was like, "Oh, you got a plan? No, all right, cool." But it's going to be a little bit of RP moments while this is going on. Before Neela and Key go, we've already said that Oakley is meditating, not RP mode, but where is everyone in Rascal's place right now?
I'm at the table with the book in front of me and notebook next to it, and the map open on the table.
I'm next to
I'm
Rascal looking at all the stuff on the table.
Sure.
I'm eating the snacks that were laid out.
Oh yeah, you were with a little bit of rust, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Neela's sitting cross-legged on the floor, throwing bones.
Is
On
that
the other
euphemism?
side of Rascal.
Neela, you're oddly even
Being
more
emotionally
calm than usual. It's almost, it's not that emotions, it's not that you've lost all emotion, but it feels neither here or there right now. It's kind of like waving in the middle, if that makes sense. Bless you, by the way.
Bless you.
I thought I died for a second.
It's alright. That squeak earlier made it sounded like you just took off into space, and I think everyone heard it, so that's good.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Theodore, sorry, what were you doing? I sort of spoke over you.
Oh, I'm just on the other side of Rascal, just being emotionally supportive, I mean...
Are you drinking? Who's drinking in this one?
Oh, no, I'm just eating snacks.
Eating snacks. That's fair. Get your snack on, dudes. Okay. So, with everyone established in Rascal, what would Annie be doing? I'd say Annie will just be... I won't say crying all the time. I feel like they're just in deep thought. So they're sort of sitting on a stool, playing with a drink what was poured but not drinking it. And yeah, just in deep thought. Please don't RP with them. I am not doing anything with Annie, alright?
Andy, how are you back there?
Oh, Annie, your entire backstory.
I'm having a great time. I love murder. Anyway, that was not a good impression of cool Maddie draws. I'm sorry, Maddie.
I'm comforted to know that she does not live far from you and can just vibe check you real quick.
You're just
for
gonna,
that terrible
you're just gonna see the
impression.
door open slowly.
It's gonna be a...
It's just kind of standing in the background.
Alright, dudes. So everyone's established where we are. So Neela, Kia, are you okay going now?
I can just
Neil?
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll start.
Sure.
So Neela is sitting cross-legged on the floor. There's this some sort of animal skin in front of them, and they're just like taking little trinkets out of a bag and kind of throwing them on, and you can see that they like kind of like land on the animal skin in different ways, and they do that for a little bit, and then they start to take all of these little trinkets and they start putting them back in a bag, and then they hold up a little piece of charcoal that was on the animal skin, and they look at it, and then they say, Kia, could we please see you for a second?
I mean, sure. How may I help?
If Kia comes over, Neil's just gonna say, "Can we see your hands?"
If you don't mind me asking, why?
We want to know if you'll be good for the group.
We?
Me.
Huh. Well, I mean, I'm not planning on sticking around anyway.
We
I'm
want to
more
know
of
if
a
we can
roamer.
trust you. Please.
I mean, it's kind of done now, right?
it won't
I've
hurt.
done my part. I mean, I should probably just go back to the Crimson Petal in the morning. I mean,
But we think this is important.
Can I
You're-
step in?
you're back at the plurals again there, Hila. We think it's important? Who's... You know what?
You're gonna kind of like open up their palm as if they're waiting for your hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, darling. This isn't really my thing. I appreciate the offer, though.
It would make us feel better.
Kicking doors isn't really your thing either, but you gave that a go.
Okay, that was I was just trying something new. Okay.
Okay,
Trying
Raska will
something-
grab a chair and we'll put it down and we'll sit like with his chest against the back of the chair, cross-legged over the thing, and we'll be like, just do it. It's good to see if we can trust you. If we
Awfully
don't,
demanding. group
you're
of
in my
people,
house
aren't
right now.
you? That is true. I was probably not raised to be an unruly guest, and she hands her palm to Neela.
Neela's gonna take the charcoal that they were holding and start just scratching it on Kia's hand until their palm is full of charcoal, and then they're gonna guide the hand into the little bag that they shake, and they're just gonna say, "Just close your eyes and pick one of them."
Okay. She does.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Yeah, first roll.
Oh yeah, dice.
I was
Oh, yeah.
caught.
Yeah, this is,
Nice.
this is a dice game, guys. Just want to let you all know.
6.
You die.
Okay, you pull out, it's kind of funny actually. You pull out a large button with your charcoal covered hand, and Neela will take it from you.
Just as Mr. Sajanks joins us in chat.
So for reasons, Becca's other character Hattie loves collecting buttons. So this is very weird.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we sense a disturbance in the fire.
Wow.
Universe
Okay,
is
yeah.
shaken.
A button.
Neela will like delicately take the button. We'll look at both sides of it, and then they're gonna say, "This is the atom bone. It represents stability and logic, and sometimes untoward aggression." And then they're gonna kind of look at it, and they're going to trace with their fingers over where the charcoal marks are on the button, and they're gonna say, "It means you offer a level head and a strong hand, and you could be good."
Well, that sounds entirely unlike me. I'm sure I wouldn't be in this situation if I had as level a head as you seem to be implying. But we always
You can
appreciate
also
a reading,
be
I guess.
aggressive, but we think we trust you.
We think Wow, okay.
And they're gonna put the button back in the bag, and they're gonna shake it and then close it. Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
wasn't so hard, right?
Yeah.
It hurt me on the inside. That's all you need to know. And she goes back and sits at the table and starts eating the snacks again.
The rusty ones? The
rusty
like,
ones.
Rusty nuts in it?
She
Yep.
she doesn't notice.
Good old tetanus.
Okay, now that is done, let's see what else we can find out. Okay, everyone. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We're all here? Good. So, we have a hit list. We know we have to be in High Moon in the next 10 days. Probably, if we want to save them. Does anyone know any of these names? And does anyone know why Henry would have had connections with this group?
I apologize. I'm not from around here, so I don't know much. Apologies. I'm probably not much help with this one.
Has anyone got a mercenary background?
I used to.
Just you, Soph? Not your character, just you?
Yeah.
Average
Out of
person.
context. I'm now a charlatan.
Kia, do you have a mercenary background? I can't remember.
Off the top of my head, no.
I can't remember either.
I think you're
Where would I
soldier.
find
soldier,
it?
then-
Yeah. I was looking at the right thing. T. No, I'm not a merchant.
Okay. Yep, none of you know anything.
Good. Well, I think that's priority number 1 to find that out. Like, why the connections to these people are with this group. Yes, Ugly?
That's,
Yeah,
that's
I'm just
this
thinking.
point where, like, Oakley, he sort of just shakes his head. He's like, I can't do it. Not even with the chip. There's just too much noise. And he sort of just stomps in, and he looks at the book and he goes, "Well, maybe there's a connection in terms of being important. Because, like, Father Henry was important for the village, so maybe these people are important too."
That's an interesting one. I will write it down.
Well, I'm just thinking, do we know if, like, news travels, right? Well, one of us, someone would know, like a traveler maybe, if, like, stuff happened in the town before they died.
That's true.
I'm more curious as to how long that hideout's really been there.
Well, the other thing is, well, to look at the list, there's only one more person, right? So you're saying it's a hit list, or it looks like a to-do list too. And if there's no more names after that, then they're nearly done.
Maybe it's because they just didn't think to add another one on.
Or there's another book.
We could have killed the person who writes the stuff.
It
Was there any
doesn't.
more pages?
You'd flip through, and I think we discussed this last session, but you flipped through, and it finished with Tassio's turn. So, and it was actually like not even at the bottom of the page; it was like there, written in, and that was it.
How many pages are in the book?
Are you kidding me?
Now, how many pages are in the book?
Give us an exact number.
57?
Roughly.
I don't know.
An exact
thick is
number,
the
roughly.
book?
Is
So
it like
thick.
this, or is,
so
or...
thick. So it's about that.
So how thick are the
500.
pages that are written?
It depends on the paper. If you're dealing with like sometimes it's like nice clean white. Sometimes it's a nice yellow shade with it. Depends on the tree what we're using to actually make the paper.
I'm asking
I think
how many
about-
blank pages are there?
Afterwards, I'm gonna
Yes.
say like you're a quarter of the way through.
Okay.
Okay.
Think about this. It's not that they built the book around the names. It's that they needed to make a list and they got a book and wrote in it.
Yeah.
So you're telling me they made a list and they checked it once and they're checking
I
it
know.
twice.
Maybe. Gotta check it a few
Perhaps.
times. But all
It's
very
Christmas.
naughty.
Someone had to.
They're all very naughty. Yeah, this is a Christmas special somehow.
I'm gonna flip to the back of the book, to like the back cover of the book, and just see like if there's any like indentation or branding on it to indicate the publisher of the book and where it could be from
So
originally.
if I can remember saying this in the last session, when Rascal was investigating the book, there was an imprint and it was a symbol of Bhaal. That was it. So it was a leather-bound book, and at the front of it was the imprint of Bhaal, which was a skull with the dots around it, like the blood drops, if you would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I took it apart. I checked behind the leather band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's two potentials. If you need to kill people just for the sake of having someone to kill, surely if you're going on for a long time, it's easier to kill people who are unknown, people who won't be noticed if they go missing. So someone passing through, someone who maybe doesn't have any connections, someone from slightly further out of town, someone who doesn't have a home or a family. However, Father Henry does not fit that description, as was pointed out by the big guy. So there's got to be an extra agenda, something else that they were looking for in the people they were killing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe the more influential or the more loved the people were, the better sacrifices they make.
I wouldn't want to make an impression on the town, because then they would have announced why they did it, but they didn't. Only Annie is the one who knew why they killed him.
Well, it feels like a bit of an impression. If you killed him in front of so many people, why not just kill him in bed while he's sleeping, or when there's nobody around? Why do it like that?
Yeah, I think they wanted to make a statement.
Oakleaf and Theodore.
Well, I think they just want to scare people. Well, think about it. Father Henry is what would my master call it now? Influential. So to lose someone influential in front of everyone causes panic.
But why would they want to cause panic? They have a secret lair, a secret organization. They
put fear into people.
Maybe it's
but
just
why
what their
would they
god
need
wants?
fear?
Yeah, they do sacrifice every 10 days.
Yeah.
How long
That's
has this
just
been going on
routine.
for, though? How long has this been going on for, Dave? Is
Let's
this
count
like
the names and just do the math.
Is it like, oh, it's 10 days time, someone's going to be dead now? Is it like that?
It's
How
been
long it's been going on
It's been
for?
going on for just by looking at the book and seeing how many names there are, because it wasn't just the 5 names that were there. There was quite a few beforehand. So
Yeah.
even just by looking at it, you can just go, oh, this must have been going on for a little bit. If there's been planning each time, because it doesn't take a high intelligence to understand, like there has to been some kind of plan going on to have a base what was underground and then a kill. So it's like, how much time does that take? Have they got those in different places? So you gotta sort of think that this does take time. How much time is it going on for? You don't know. And you gotta ask this as well, like, why have you guys never heard of this before? Surely if there's been mass murder going on, why? And the fact is, are these big names or are these small names? If it's a big name, would you have heard of it? You know, just throwing it out there. Theodore?
I mean, dudes, like, this was a performance. This was in display of everybody. A large crowd gathered for this, and they did it upfront and personal.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a most bogus entertainment for them. If they are willing to reveal themselves to this, that means that the final person must be the final advantage, or
It's the final countdown.
Rascal, turn that music off.
Sorry.
or that means that all the other deaths must have been done in an outrageous and most atypical manner.
It could be that the new name that they write down is only after they kill like the next one, so that's why there aren't any more names.
Yeah, but then why? I'm so curious. Like, why these people? Like, I feel like there has to be a connection between the group, them, and something else.
We
I
could
have a
always go and
theory.
get more info in taverns. Taverns are always good for a most excellent of sources.
You're right about that, my dude.
Ken?
Is that why everyone comes into taverns and like asks you random fucking questions?
Probably.
That's just society, my dude.
God, I never realized.
Go on, Neela. What are you gonna say?
I don't think this is gonna yield much, but I might as well cast a quick ritual identify on the book.
Yeah. So it takes you 10 minutes, correct? 10 minutes plus something else.
11 minutes.
Yeah. Honestly, you're looking at the book. There's nothing special about it. Nothing magical about it. It's literally just a book with names in it.
Okay, everyone. I think it's a good idea that we sleep on it and we go to someplace tomorrow.
Maybe.
Excellent.
That's nice and
And we
vague.
just, well,
I have a theory.
Oh.
spit it out. Go ahead.
Kind of glance at Theodore and say, "No disrespect to your father and Purple Knights and all that."
Oh,
But
none taken.
good.
He didn't
Then I
say
can
anything yet.
I can
It
say
could
what
be
I want.
really disrespectful.
That's fine.
They do be a very suspicious-looking bunch, and I do question how on earth this mausoleum that's in the middle of the graveyard that has blatant names of 3 evilly sinister gods is just allowed to be in our graveyard of what is considered a very peaceful town.
Well,
Like,
Well,
surely
the names weren't
something
written
about-
on it.
we also have a secret tavern that you can enter through a door, so there seems to be a lot of secrets here.
Yeah, but you
Maybe-
can't really do much of that without planning permission. And you certainly can't do that without asking the right authorities. And who's the authority around here?
Father Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
think he
why.
knew?
Yeah.
Kia's going to like slide the book over to her and she's going to start flipping through the list.
Mhm.
Are there any names that she recognizes on the list?
This is why I wanted to ask you about if you had a mercenary background. What's your background, Kia?
Soldier, but bearing in mind it's kind of more ex-soldier. She has been traveling around a lot.
Is that the backstory you've come up with?
Yeah, I meant to message
The
you.
thing you never told me about.
Did I not? No, I swear I did. There was
It's fine.
that that
It-
conversation about how.
It's fine, don't worry. So here's what I'm gonna
Oh,
give.
do it now. Fine, Jesus.
Here's what I'm gonna give you at least for one of them. You've heard of Page the Frostbitten. Kind of like, how can I say it? You've heard of how good they were. Like, they were a mercenary. And the reason why they were called Frostbitten was because they had this kind of weird way of dealing with, like, killing. And when they would finish a kill, they'd almost freeze someone from the inside out. So with their sword, they'd finish them and they freeze from the inside out, pull it out, and then smash them up. That was like their go-to thing. But they're a well-known mercenary. Apart from that, that's it. Not noble or anything like that. They're just known. Yeah, I'd say
What town were they from again?
paid they were tiefling, by the way, as well. Hang on. Suzail, which is the capital of Cormier. Theodore?
I kind of... Wait, okay. So I want to take some parchment and some ink.
Mhm.
And I want to try to recreate from memory the symbols that we saw in the
Catacombs,
Thingamabob.
chamber. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. As in-
And just kind of scratch my head after I finish making them and then just go, does anybody have any clue of where to find more info about these dudes?
I mean, you said a pub earlier.
Neela, you would know
Oh, okay.
because you live in a library. That's how you know about them.
Well, we could see if there's anything in the library. We could look at the books.
I think maybe knowing their ultimate goal or whatever it is that gods do nowadays might help us find out why they wanted Henry.
Yeah. That sounds like a plan. I think we need to find out the informational aspect about it and the social aspect.
Dave, could you remind us what we know about the ritual?
Regarding the ritual, there wasn't that much what was brought up. I can't remember who rolled for this, but I think it might have been Oakley. I could be wrong. But I believe it was like, or Rascal kind of thing as well. I think it was a combination because with this, it was. I'm trying to explain it in a way where I don't want to say you guys don't know, but Rascal, you deal with blood and the magic of blood and what you can take from blood to give certain powers, as you would know as a blood hunter. So when it comes to this was like something you'd not seen before. The crystallization, the powder of blood was new for even yourself. So regarding the ritual, it was kind of new. That's what I'm going to say right now. I'm trying to not. I don't want to give you nothing. So yeah.
Okay, I think we know now what we need to find out. Let's sleep on it and let's go to the places we need to be tomorrow.
Aye, aye.
Okay.
Boy, if you wanted to go with what we discussed, and boy, you'd understand this anyway because you always keep an eye out on the purple dragons. That noise, that smash, would have created a lot of attention from the purple dragons. You can ascertain that they would be going there to investigate at least.
Yeah, okay. I just think on the matter, but I don't like say anything yet.
Sure. Yeah, no worries. So
He's
what?
just gonna hunker down on like the pile of blankets that's over there.
Sure. I feel like Annie's gonna be like sleeping on the bar kind of part with a little bit of cold breath. Just.
I will make sure everyone has blankets, so
Cool.
and everyone can sleep downstairs.
It's relatively comfortable anyway because this is you're near the end of summer in this time. I had this actually called Elysis or High Sun, which is summer going into autumn. So that's the season you're dealing with right now. So it's quite comfortable, even with or without a fire. It gets a bit cold at night, but not too cold.
I don't have a bed. I'm used to working sitting up and then just having my head collapse on the table.
Sure.
So when Rascal offers me a blanket, I just say, just put it there. And I return back to just screwing in some extra bolts.
All right. So is everyone going to sleep?
I want to do one more thing.
Of course.
He is going to stay up for a while.
I'm staying up.
Well, you're an elfo, aren't you, Kia?
Yeah.
So you meditate.
You need 4 hours.
We'll talk about that a bit, Kia, actually.
Resco will stay downstairs and sit at the table and make sure everyone goes to sleep and everyone's comfortable. I don't know what Boy is doing, but
Tinkering.
I'm just kind of tinkering, but I don't really. If Rascal like observes Boy long enough, then Rascal kind of knows that like this is the kind of tinkering in which like it's a loose bolt that's kind of constantly getting stuck and then unstuck again. So Boy's not actually fixing anything; he's just like fiddling at this point, tinkering away.
Yeah, Kia is just sitting, drinking, staring into space.
okay.
Sure.
Well, I will give Boy a side eye. And I will look away and I will look at Kia. And I will come with me.
Which one?
Okay. Okay, yeah. Then Kia gets up.
And I will walk out the door and walk to the other side of the tavern, the destroyed tavern. And I will go to a part where you look out of town, and there's a balcony as well, but it's completely looking out of town, and everything is darkness. And I'll just kind of stand there, wait for Kia to catch up.
While you're there, make a perception check.
Both of us?
Just Rascal. You're sort of on the way. This is just a quick glance because I believe
Yeah.
Rascal's going to talk to you, so you wouldn't have time to be looking out unless you do the whole like dramatic looking out as you go into the conversation kind of thing, you know.
14.
So with a 14, it's definitely like dark, but as we discussed a while ago, there's those odd lanterns what light certain pathways. If you guys remember, it's powered by electric eels and all that kind of jazz. But you do see groupings of lights sort of heading in the same direction as where the graveyard is. And around you, you just see the odd firefly just flickering in and out. And that's it. It's a really pleasant night considering the events of what's been going on.
You know, aside from the murder.
From the murder, it's a wonderful evening.
Wonderful.
Just have a nice
Pleasant.
night walk.
Pleasant. Comfortable. So, Kia.
Hmm?
Where are you from? Who are you? What are you doing?
You know, I'm not really from anywhere. I've just kind of spent a while wandering around trying to find things to keep myself busy with.
Sounds like an exciting life. I was
Just
just
less
wondering.
exciting than you think.
Yeah. I was just wondering, what were you doing in the tavern?
Just passing through. I don't really know where I'm on my way to, but I'm definitely on my way to somewhere. And I don't particularly feel like sticking around here. Eels are exciting, I guess, but it's not really my aesthetic, I think, as the kids say nowadays.
I was just curious why you were at that moment, well, in the tavern at that moment.
So for yourself, Kia, to help you out here, when it comes to
Help me, please.
It's
I
okay.
don't know what I'm talking
I've
about.
got you, don't worry. You actually went to the well-run Cherry Blossom Tavern to start with.
Yeah.
But because of the niceties of everyone, you kind of got a bit sick of it. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say a member of that group sort of saw you and noticed that you were just bored out of your mind and went, hey, come with us. I'll show you something what's a bit better than this. Because the idea is the people who are part of that tavern are the
Have
ones...
to be invited.
They have to be invited, and it's also like, if you don't really like the vibe of this kind of nicety kind of thing, then that's when you can sort of be allowed in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of almost a lucky draw.
Yes.
All of that.
That.
Well, you know, invite only and all that jazz.
But if you aren't from here, why is your name on the board?
As soon as you're part of that, you're on the board. It's been a while. You've been there. It's not that you were just there.
Yeah. It's the tradition of the place. You spend more than a couple of days there, and you're obligated to help out the community in any way they require.
Free
Which
room.
involves having your name on a spinny piece of wood.
Yeah, free room, free board, and a chance to earn some coin. It's a place where people who don't want to fit in can fit in.
Okay.
This is an awful lot of questions.
I just like to know the people I'm with. Just remember, this is my domain. And I walk out.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
This is your domain?
Oh.
Kia's gonna catch up with Rascal and kind of turn them round. This is your domain, is
Roll
it?
Initiative.
There's a 19 hit!
Well, I brought you to my house. You're with my team.
They're your team. How long have you been together?
Been a while.
Steve. Some longer than others.
As a group, all of you who are currently here together.
Yeah.
That's
But if you pull
hardly an
something,
answer. I answered your questions.
let's say about 10 years the longest, 3 years shortest.
Huh. So
But-
this is what you all do. You chase after cults and we're running after ghosts.
It's part of my job, but
Who pays you?
someone I know, a family member. So
Might I remind you, trust is a two-way street.
I know. But if you pull something crazy, just know that something will happen.
If I pull something crazy, you've seen me, right? I can barely pull something above average.
Sure. And I will walk into the room again and walk upstairs.
Nice, dude. That was awesome. Yeah, infighting. I love it. Oh, shit.
Kia kind of looks up to the sky. Deep breath. Glares at the eel suspiciously and follows her in.
The eels with shifty eye.
Fucking eels.
Yeah. And as Rascal walks into the room, he will give a look at Boy, and he will.
Boy's not there.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, he will
There's a
try
note
to
on
look.
There is a note on the table.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right.
As Rascal walks in, he will look at to see if Boy is there, and if Boy isn't there, and he will see the note probably, and will snatch it up and will walk upstairs.
Let's transition to Boy. Boy, first explain what's on the letter.
On the letter is the precise location of where Boy would be at this point. On the note, it just says, gone down Hooky Street, back about 10 minutes.
Street. Nice.
And Hooky Street is just, if Rascal knows Boy long enough, it's just Boy's name for the main street that goes towards where the Purple Knights, their
Barracks
armory is, where they hang
yeah.
out. Yeah.
I finally figured out the name. It's Barracks. I fucking blanked so hard last week. But Barracks is the name,
Okay,
yes.
upon reading that, he will, as he goes upstairs into his own room, he will jump out of the window and sit on the roof, and will just sit staring towards the main street.
Oh, like Nightcrawler. Has Rascal got a tail?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool visual. All right, if everyone's okay with that, we'll transition to Boy. Unless anyone else wants to do anything while you're in Rascal's place. Everyone good?
Kia's gonna put her back to the wall with the doors, as many doors as possible, and windows within kind of eye range.
Yeah, sure.
And just go into a trance.
Okay.
She's an elf.
So what we'll do is we'll go to what Boy's doing. I'm going to go to what Kia is in the trance about. And then we're going to talk to Neela. Y'all don't know about elves and their trances and what they do in their trance? I do, because I am a good DM. Anyway, so Boy, if everyone's okay with this, Boy is going now, I guess. Boy, what are you doing?
First of all, keeping to the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough for me to do as I'm small.
Roll a stealth check with advantage, because you know the back streets. And you're tiny.
Any additions to stuff? Oh, I do.
Mm.
Oh, that would be a 14.
That was advantage, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't rolled advantage. Shit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's actually a lot better.
Go for it.
17.
Okay, so
Not 20, but...
So you do... As you're sneaking through... What? Are you being sneaky, sorry, Boy?
Yeah.
Back streets and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to be fast more than
Sure.
anything.
You do occasionally, see some purple dragons still patrolling the area. It's thinned out a lot more because of the noise, what happened in the graveyard. Yeah, so Boy is opportunistic, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so perfect. He's seen the opportunity to do something else. There is a moment where you sort of go around a corner and you sort of bump into something and it creates a little bit of noise, and you do hear someone sort of just walking near you.
I don't stop. I just continue to move out the way.
Sure, that's fine. I rolled
But as I
really
do,
high on
just
deception.
but as I do, I just go. Meow.
Roll a deception check. Wait, is this meow happening where you are?
Yeah. Well, as I'm swiftly moving, just go meow.
Oh What did you roll?
Deception. 22.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 19 plus 3.
Jesus Christ. All right. So, yeah, your meow is like, it's like meow. And you just hear a thing go, fucking cats. Fucking hate them. And then he just walks by. Cool. So after a while, you end up at the barracks, if that's where you wanted to go. Sorry, boy. Just want to establish everything.
Was that the location of where Father Henry's body was being taken?
I mean,
or was that further down?
you saw Lucian carrying a body, and when it comes to the barracks, have you ever been caught or put in the barracks before, like jail kind of thing?
Once.
Cool. So
Timothy bailed me out.
yeah, cool. So with that, you know that they do have certain places where, you know, they have the jailhouse and all that kind of stuff, but they do have places where it's, if things are being investigated, that's where they're going to be put. Again, this is still the night of, so investigations are going to be happening right now, basically, or at least the body has been taken here to be protected.
Okay. Would I know the location of where there would be at least a sneakier entranceway?
Roll me an intelligence check, just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's lucky. 19.
So when you were getting dragged in by your heels, and you were like, you sort of look around a tiny bit, and you sort of know exactly where things are. The barracks
That's
are
precisely why I got caught.
nice. I like that. So yeah, you know where the jail is. You know where, I'm going to say it's like almost like an infirmary in that area. So yeah, I'd say you do. Yeah, personally. Okay. So you arrive. You sort of sneak around the corner, you see the barracks, and make a perception check.
Oh, 12.
Well, 12 is okay. With a 12, you notice there's usually 2 guards at the front of the barracks, but right now there's only 1. This one is just standing there, kind of looking around, quite alert. You would know that there are certain areas on the barracks where there's windows and stuff going around. But right now you have the front of the barracks with a door, and there's 1 person standing guard. At least on the outside, from what you can see.
Okay. I'm thinking here. Do I dare waste a spell slot, or do I just go for it?
It's up to you, dude. This is your adventure.
I apologize. How, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that.
Alright.
I just kinda, is there like a quick way that I can just sneak in to go past him, or will I have to pass him directly?
I feel like with this, it is surrounded by different houses and stuff, so there are plenty of ways to get around. Most people don't want to break into the barracks because it's usually full of purple dragons, so it's something that people don't really want to go to. You would know that the infirmary area is kind of near the back right of the building. There's definitely going to be windows in there because they'll need light sources during the day to analyze things. So you could like sneak behind some houses as well to get to the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
But before I do, I'm going to take a grasshopper, the trinket grasshopper I have, and wind it up and click it to a timer.
Okay. Sure.
And just pray that it is within 2 minutes that it sets off.
Okay.
And I just throw it just quickly scatter it to the nearest alley closest to where the guard is.
Sure, that's fine.
And then I set off and go sneak around the back.
Do me a favor, because you want to be specific with what your trinket does. Mm-hmm. Could you roll a tinkering check? I believe. Yeah. How do we do tinkering checks?
Is it magical tinkering?
Is it? This is straight tinkering. Is it just? Is it sleight of hand? What we use?
The way I did it in Maddie's campaign is I used my tool expertise for tinkering tools.
Okay.
So that's, I don't know if you have expertise yet at this level, but it's your proficiency with the tool, because you should be proficient with tinkering tools if it's in your equipment. And then plus my dexterity is what we did.
Okay.
Or plus my intelligence, actually, I think is what we did. So
Yeah, with an artificer, you definitely do intelligence more than anything. So do this. Roll a d20. Add your intelligence modifier and plus your proficiency.
Intelligence mod. That's for proficiency in what exactly?
Just proficiency bonus. So if you're proficient with something, you can add a proficiency bonus to anything. So yours should be +3 at level 5, I believe.
I see. Yeah. So that'd be 7 total. That's an unnatural 20.
Oh yeah, okay. So even though you're like sort of hoping and praying, you have a little bit of confidence in this one. You have a little bit of confidence, so maybe it will set off when you want it to, maybe it won't. We'll see. But right now, you seem quite sure about it.
I'll just trust luck at this point.
Exactly. Roll me a quick stealth check.
Okay.
At advantage as well, because it's going to be still quite dim, and you're tiny.
Okay. It's a 14.
At advantage?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So you manage to you sort of go almost directly to the barracks, but then you go, oh, no. So you sort of sneak around. You take a bit of a longer route. It takes you a little bit of time, but not too long, like 20 more seconds than usual. And you get to the back, and above you, you do see an open window.
I look inside before I go in.
Yeah, sure.
I learned from that mistake many times.
I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to make you roll for it just for time. Surprisingly unguarded right now. You again, because of the commotion, what happened in the graveyard, it's almost like all hands are on deck kind of vibe. And you look inside, and on a table inside, you do see Father Henry's body. Still with the coins on the eyes.
Okay. I slip through the window and investigate the body.
Okay. Make me an investigation check. I have everything written up.
17 plus 7.
24.
24.
That's huge.
Right.
Yeah,
I
you.
got +7.
Perfect. Perfect. Are you proficient in medicine at all? I don't think you are, right?
No.
It's fine, don't worry. I was going to give you something else, but it's all good. You're just investigating. So it takes you a little bit of time to quickly, with your nimble fingers, like investigate the body. And a couple of things you'll notice first. You'll notice that when you saw Father Henry on stage giving the speech, there was this moment where he's always looked fresh and young in a sense, right? But for some reason it looks like obviously he's dead, but that's something we can sort of put aside. But it almost looks like he's rapidly aged, not by like a huge amount, but it almost looks like, I'm trying to say this without sounding like, he just looks dead. But like,
all the moisture sucked from his body.
Kind of, yeah, and it's for lack of a better term, the vitality's gone from his face. You know, it's kind of gone gaunt. And that's the first thing you see without even like touching or anything like that. You go to the you take a little bit of time because you're kind of small and he's a human-sized person, and you lift his body up to investigate the entry wound of the stab, and what you'll find is the stab wound is extremely clean, like, and just done super quick, like precise. And for you, you know that you've already seen the blade, and you know it's an extremely sharp blade from seeing it. It's a standard dagger, but it was really sharp. And do me a favor. I want you to do this anyway. Roll a medicine check.
14.
Okay, these were going to be high actually. Yeah, you sort of see a little bit. I'm trying to say this. 14. You kind of see like where the entry point was, and obviously blood comes out. It almost seems like liquid was pouring to the stab wound, which is usually what happens anyway. But it happened like in a quick, rapid succession. I can't give you anything else, unfortunately, with that medicine check. But going back onto your investigation, after a while, you notice that, yeah, you saw a click. That was definitely the knife, the dagger that did it. Extremely sharp, expertly done. And then you investigate a little bit more around, and you don't really see much else. There's the occasional scarring. Real quick, boy, would you say you and Annie would have spoken at all, or what's your and Annie's relationship like?
I only really know Annie as a friend of a friend.
Okay, that's
We've attempted to have conversation in the past, but we don't really find much conversational topics to really connect over. Well, not yet, at least.
Totally fine. Yeah, I'm not going to give you that then. But that's fine. You sort of see like scars on them. You can sort of put together that this was battle scars before he was a priest. Yeah, that's not too hard to gather up. But after a little bit more time, you start to get a bit more delicate. You know, instead of just looking at the body as a whole, lifting up and all that, you start to check around the feet, the wrists, and then you look behind. And just for everyone's visual, Henry has like long, grayish blonde hair, what was draped down. He had no facial hair, kind of chiseled. He was a handsome boy, but now he looks obviously older, right? And you sort of brush his hair back behind him, and you see on the base of his neck, around about here, if you would, a really strange marking. With your roll, because it was really good, this is... You can't tell if it's a birthmark or anything like that. I'm going to send you guys the actual image. So hold on to your hats, everyone. I'm going to send it over to you. But you see an image, and I'm going to put it up on the screen for people who are watching to look at.
I was going to say, if you're sharing the iPad with us, if you have it on your iPad, you can.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, iPad's only used for maps, unfortunately.
Okay.
But for those who can't see it, it almost looks like... Let me do this for you.
Exactly what it looks like.
You know exactly what it looks like. I'm so bad at drawing.
We'll also drop it in the Discord.
Yeah, it's almost like that. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Wait. Like that. There you go. Artist, dude. Artist.
Yeah.
All the people in the call.
You have never seen this mob before. You personally. You just have seen it.
Even though I haven't seen it, would I be able to know connections in comparison to like, almost like it's the way it's drawn, that like it's connected to the past like symbols we saw when in the catacombs?
Are you proficient with religion? If the answer is no, then I can't give you it.
I'm not proficient, but I'm quite high on it.
You know what? Roll. Let's have a look.
18.
It's not bad. What can I give you for that? Not religion.
I'm okay to just have very minimal.
It's interesting because you definitely... Here's the thing. You look at it and it doesn't look like any of the other markings what you've seen on the body. It doesn't look like it's been cut. It doesn't look like it's been put there by someone else. It just looks like it's there. It's been on them for a while, basically. I mean, it's kind of... I think it's easy to tell that it's connected with something, some kind of ritual. I mean, you're intelligent enough to know this, that there has to be a link between this strange marking and then a ritual went off with Henry. That's what I'm giving you right now. It's a really high roll. But yeah, I don't know. Because you're so into your work, I'm not sure how much I want to give you there. But it is
Will you
information.
allow me the privilege of having a notebook and pen?
Yeah, sure.
I'll draw the symbol and like have constantly like made little tiny notes of just like all the things I've seen on his body.
I feel like Boy would have a note on him anyway, like a little pocket notebook, if you would. So if you see something cool,
but like the majority of them are just like ripped up pieces of paper from old blueprints that he's stolen and just like repinned them, repurposed.
That's fine, yeah. And at that time when you finished jotting down your notes, you hear what's the sound of your little gadget make?
It's a grasshopper, but it's mainly very metal, so probably just the sound of like those typical old-fashioned alarm bells going off.
Okay, sure.
But not like a bell, just like a really ugly clanging noise.
Okay. So at that point, as soon as you finish, you hear a clang, 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 and you just hear a bloody hell, what's that? And and a couple of other people leave the building as well to go investigate.
Is Henry still wearing clothes, or has he been like derobed?
Derobed.
Oh, I apologise. Cover up that area. Are his clothes about, or?
They would be about, yeah.
Can I find them?
It's up to you. You've only got a bit of time.
I just want to investigate the cut through the cloth where the stab wound went in.
Oh man, you need to roll a stealth check, and you need to roll an investigation check.
Stealth, very good.
Good.
Very, very good.
That's going to help.
21. Investigation?
Yep.
Not so good. 15.
I don't know.
I just wanted to, like, if it looks like it's just cut through the fabric as if just like a normal knife, or if it's like been burnt through or like acidified through.
I know you are.
Like some kind of strange effect of like that's happened on the fabric.
Where would his clothes be put? I'll you know what I'll do actually? Instead of doing that, I'm actually going to say that, just for the sake of it, I'm going to say that his robes are actually in the room. Just because I just think, where would he logically put it? Like his clothes. So I'd say it's going to be in the same room. So let's redact all that. So you look at the robe, and you turn it around, and obviously there's still a pool of blood around it. And the entry point is the same thing as almost the back. It's clean in, clean out. But again, the pool of blood is around it. I will give you this though. You know how the blood was crystallized in the bowl?
Yeah.
It was not crystallized on the robe. It's just blood.
Okay. Was the blood crystallized around the wound, or was that not pointed out?
It was just
okay.
Blood. It felt like it came out quick. But yeah, nothing crystallized.
Okay, I make a quick note of that, and then on hearing footsteps,
about to say,
moving, I aim for the window.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to get you to roll anymore. I think you can use all your stealth to get back to Rascal's home abode, and whatever you guys want to do as you arrive, Boy. I don't know who's awake at this point. Is there anything else you want to do, Boy, as you turn up? Is there anyone you want to speak to? I don't know who's awake. You guys tell me.
Oakley's asleep on the balcony again.
Sure.
He is meditating.
Yeah, you're trancing.
Reshka would be
Still,
on
like,
top of the
sleeping.
roof.
Rascal on top of roof. Theodore?
Sleeping.
Sleepy. Neela?
Sleeping.
Sleeping. So Rascal's on top of the roof. Boy, you arrive. Kia's just, yep.
I'm only well known to enter Rascal's house through the windows, so I just sneak back in the window.
Sure, that's fine.
And jump onto the table and just act like I didn't move at all.
Rascal, real quick, make a perception check, and just to see, Boy, roll a stealth check. I want to see if Rascal sees you come back.
I don't think so.
Tell me,
Are you
Rascal.
sure? Hang on.
Rascal, what did you
11.
roll? 11? Boy?
6.
Rascal, you do see... Okay,
What you hear
I'm about to
is...
say, do you see or hear him?
Fuck!
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So, Rascal, you do know that boy arrived.
Okay.
I still go to the
Knowing-
table and act like nothing happened.
Knowing he arrived, I will probably just climb back into my own room and jump in bed and just go to sleep.
Okay, boy.
I just rip out the piece of paper of the notes I made and put it by the book, wherever that is on the table, and then actually get back to working on like tinkering a piece of thing and just keep going until eventually my head slumps forward and I just pass out on the table.
Cool, that's great. Cool. Okay, so let's go through everyone's sleeps. Rascal, you fall asleep just like normal. Boy, you're exhausted because you work yourself until you go to sleep anyway, so you're just onto the wherever your head lands. Oakley, you struggled to go to sleep. You managed it. You had to sort of calm yourself down and breathe. It took you a while to get there, but you managed to drift off. Theo, what would you be like? Because would you get to sleep easy? What would you be like?
Oh, he is used to sleeping anywhere, so he's used to like sleeping on the floor and like 5 seconds in.
I'm so jealous of people like that. I can't do that shit at all.
Jealous as well.
Just Theo drool.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Full on drool,
Just give me a
snoring.
wet patch on like the floor.
Yeah.
Oh no. Here.
Yes.
So
Hello.
how elves usually work when it comes to, it's not sleep. They tend to go into a trance where they're going through training. It's interesting. I'm reading this up, but yeah, for yourself here, because you have heard about High Moon and you know the direction to High Moon, in your trance you sort of reflect back on the moment when you had to battle those orcs and goblins. And throughout this trance, you have this one image of a big orc who you managed to hurt them. You were able to cut them down the eye. But even with that, they distracted you with goblins, like almost a horde of goblins, as they smiled and walked into the deeper part of Halak Forest. And that's something what you go over in your elf ways, how you could have done better, how you could have managed to stop them. That's what you spend your time in your trance, sort of meditating on what you could have done. I believe this might be wrong, but I feel like elves go and actually meditate on the past lives they've had as well. So their trances actually go into their past lives.
Yeah.
I have no idea what your past life is yet, so I'll come on to that another time. But right now, because of the idea that you are going to be going into Halak Forest, if you do obviously want to go High Moon, that's what's going to be playing in your mind. Neela, you, to calm yourself down, took your calm emotion medicine. And as Mr. Fred said, 1 a day, but you took 2. So in your dream, it is nothing but darkness. No emotion. Not able to move. Just completely stuck. You can sort of move your eyes, but as you move your eyes, you just see nothing but darkness. It's weird because in your usual dreams, you have the same vision what we had at the beginning of the campaign, but usually there's no. You see. Is it Corey? Is it Corey? How or Corey?
Corey. I think.
Corey. You do see them floating in your usual dreams, let's say, but when you don't take your medicine, you see them starting to approach you. you know, that overwhelming feeling. Because you took 2, you don't have this dream at all. It is just nothingness. That's all you experience. Throughout this, and obviously if everyone is okay with this, everyone wakes up in the morning. We're going to say 12, so 8 o'clock in the morning, yeah? So all of you, if you haven't done it yet, put your full rest in for your thing. Neela, though. Neela, what I want you to do is I would like you to go full rest, okay? But I'd like you to take away a spell slot, first level.
Okay.
I have the rules. I'm not going to ever tell you until that happens, but I have rules for each time you do something like that. So right now, Neela, as a wizard, you don't get a full rest as you normally would with sleeping for 8 hours or resting for 8 hours. You get like a minor penalty, which is you lose 1 spell slot. With your arcane recovery, as you know, as a wizard, you can use that to gain it back, but obviously that's only once a day, and it's a short rest you need. So do with that how you will, but this is the first time you're gonna wake up, and you didn't have nightmares. You felt kind of blank, and you don't feel as well rested as you thought you would be. That's the kind of emotion I want you, well, start with. That's the kind of vibe I want you to go with when you first wake up. And as we all wake up in the morning, Kia, I think you're first to wake up, I believe. Yeah. Is there anything you want to do? Yeah.
Not really. Just kind of gonna sit at the table, finish off the snacks that are left out.
Sure. Okay. So as everyone starts to wake up in the morning, the birds are chirping because they don't know any better. The sun's risen. There's people walking outside, either going to the market area, going about their way, starting up shop and everything like that. But the beginning of your next day starts now. So we're going to have a break right now, come up with some things we want to do next. You've got a fair bit of information to talk about, and then we will be back as well. All right? Cool. Nice RP, dudes. Okay, so we're back in like, I always say 5 minutes, but it's always 10 minutes. So
It's always
we're
10.
going to be back around
Much bad.
10 minutes, and we'll...
Don't lie to our audience, Dave. Tell them the truth.
Hey, we're going to start at 7:30, baby. All right, guys. I'll catch you in a bit. Peace.
Yes.
Out. Oh boy. Welcome back, everyone.
Wow.
To the second part of The Crimson Petal. I almost always go blank on the name, and I don't know why.
You made up the name, man.
I keep going blank on it. I don't know why. There's so many things I've got to think about.
Sounds like a you problem, my
It's
dude.
It's like your
absolutely
DM or something.
It's absolutely a me problem. It's a DM problem, dudes. But yeah, so where we left off, a lot of
We didn't actually
role
plan what
play.
we were doing, did we?
No, of course not. Plus D&D.
Brilliant.
But in the before the break, we had a lot of RP. We had some tea being spilled between Kia and Rascal as well, which is pretty fucking dope. I like that. Infighting straight away. And yeah, I like that Rascal was showing their colours in front of Kia. It's really cool. But we had Boy go investigate the barracks where the body of Henry was, and they discovered obviously the stab wound and all that kind of thing. Some weird things going off with the stab wound, but the biggest thing was the mark on the nape of the neck, a birthmark, if you would. And yeah, hang on, I've got it somewhere. Hang on, it looks so good. It's this. There you go, done. And then Boy tried to sneak back in, but tripped up, and Rascal obviously noticed. I think we left off by talking about Kia's little trance state, and then Neela's quote-unquote dream, but not a dream, waking up a tiny bit daisy, and we're leaving off with everyone starting to wake up. So if you guys are ready to go, shall we go?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, whoever goes first will wake up first, apart from Kia's already up, and whoever wants to start.
I think Opie would be up second because obviously he's used to getting up at dawn.
Yeah, sure.
So he'll sit up, he'll stretch out, sort of yawn, feel the sun on his face, and then you'll see like a little bee come up and just like land on his nose.
Mhm.
And he'll go, and he'll sort of go, ooh, and this bee has got like a specific sort of pattern to his stripes, and he'll go, hey, Bumble.
And it shakes its butt.
Yeah. Tell the rest I'm coming. Give me a minute. I'll be back at 2. But just give me a minute, okay? I'll come and talk to you all about it in a minute.
Then it spins around, like does a little shake on its butt, man. Goes off.
Yeah. So then he'll get up, and he'll go in and see if there's anyone else up.
Theodore's definitely not up.
Boy's just got his head on the table, just like flat.
So to you guys.
Rashko would probably wake up and would once again jump onto the roof and would start doing little exercises like balance and trying to flip and trying just to this morning routine just to kind of work out and get
Our
himself
morning routine
awake.
is flipping.
No, his morning routine is balance. So practicing his balance
Sure.
and just his fighting and just in general, just his dexterity.
Yeah, sure.
Then once he's done with that, he will probably he will jump off the roof onto the balcony, and will walk from the balcony into the room, and we'll grab a drink.
I'm not gonna
when
need you
Russell
roll
comes
it.
in, Kia sitting at the table will just slam her hand down on the table.
Get out, we're close.
Morning.
Oh, morning.
Hey, what's that? What's that stuck to your cheek? What was that?
I can find the book.
Boy.
With all my notes that I found yesterday.
Boy, take DM inspiration for that as well, please. That's
Hey.
good. That's good. You deserve that, dude.
The
Finally.
planning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about effort, dudes.
Yep.
Yeah. I just I find the book and then just take out my little notes and just say, I apologise, Annie, on an investigation of Henry's body, and just like flow the notes down onto where the book is.
Oh, that's where we were last night.
Oh,
said I'd
I
be
hope
back.
I didn't hear that. Oh, what'd you do that for?
I just wanted to check some things. I think there were some things we missed, and obviously in the moment we were all a bit overwhelmed with emotion, but we need to solve what's going on here. We need to get our hands dirty.
Oh, okay. And then
But luckily, I got my own hands dirty. You lot had a nice little nap.
Hey! Well, I didn't sleep very good anyway, but whatever.
So, what did you find out?
Well, I just go through the notes of the things that we saw. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Look over the notes.
Okay.
So I talk about how Henry's body, like, he's now old and like aged, how his stab wound seems clean, but like all the liquid seems to be pulled out of his body somehow. And then I also point out the mark that I found on the back of his neck.
Question,
So
Neela,
just-
is Neela awake? I don't know if Neela woke up yet.
Yeah, but they're very quiet. They will look at the mark though.
Cool. Sorry,
Do you
Kia.
recognize it?
So, boy, is that what you said your name was? Just generic magic shit.
What is it? As in me or what I found?
What you found, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just write down the stuff, but I don't necessarily know everything. I thought a lot of you lot would know a bit more.
Well, it confirms that Henry probably has some sort of connection with this group. Feels like it.
Does Neela recognize the symbol?
Roll history or roll medicine.
History.
Sorry, not medicine, religion.
I can help
Rascal
with
know
that.
anything?
Not,
Yeah,
not on
history.
this one, Rascal.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Neela take this one.
19.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, no. Mango, don't. Please don't.
Is that the B?
Mango, the chaos child for this evening.
Child.
Come here. No, Mango, stop.
No, mother, I crave violence.
So, Neela, with a 19, you have this kind of, you know, when you were reading about the Dead Three, and you read about Bhaal specifically, you heard stories of the times of troubles where the gods were basically sent back down to the mortal realm, and they had a lot of infighting. During this time, the deities almost lost their power. They almost became mortal, super powerful mortals. And with Bhaal was kind of, I'm going to say, paranoid. And Bhaal had this idea that just in case, in this time when he's the most vulnerable, that he gets taken out, he has some kind of insurance. Life insurance, if you would. So Bhaal went around the material plane and basically had offspring. These offspring were called Bhaal spawn. And throughout the after the Times of Troubles went away, Bhaal did in fact get taken out, and I believe Deathstalkers, who are the religious people for Bhaal, they went about their way to try and resurrect Bhaal by killing the Bhaal spawn. In honor of Berserk, we're going to say this is the brand of sacrifice. And there was a time when Bhaal did in fact get resurrected, but that was a long time ago. So the idea is right now that if Henry had this mark on him, does him being killed have something to do with that? It's kind of there with your intelligence. But yeah, you've definitely read the stories of the Bhaal spawn. And a lot of Bhaal spawn would actually go and kill other Bhaal spawn because they believed that they would get more power from that.
What race was Father Henry?
Human.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So,
not good. It's not good at all.
well,
What is it?
do you know something?
Maybe. In I think in there was a book that we read about Bhaal, talking about a brand of sacrifice that was given to offspring of Bhaal, or that offspring of Bhaal had, and we're not sure really. But in the prophecy, it said that if all of the Bhaal spawn were killed, you could resurrect Bhaal. But that doesn't make sense because that happened already. He's already been resurrected, so maybe it means something else.
Maybe he's not fully resurrected. Maybe his being is resurrected, but not his power.
Well, it's also theorized that if other Bhaal spawn kill people of their kind, they can get more powerful. So maybe that's it.
So Father Henry could possibly have been one of these.
He's human.
Well, we don't know what could be.
Did his body look human when he was dead?
It certainly looked a lot older than the last time I saw it.
But would that equal supernatural being?
I think whatever killed him turned him into the mangled corpse that he was when I saw him. Interestingly, his blood didn't seem to change. It looked like the majority of whatever was liquid within him was taken out of him, but the crystallized blood that we saw back in the catacombs, it wasn't on his body and it wasn't on his clothes. So I feel like whatever reaction happens on that knife. I don't know if he blessedly took it.
I know, I was thinking that. I was like, oh no, you left it.
We could go back and get it.
If you want to spend years digging it out, yeah, sure.
Digging the rubble and going past the purple knights, I think not.
No, thank you.
It was a common knife, so maybe we could investigate.
It was just a regular one, just a regular dagger.
Would Timothy have molded something like that? Oakley?
Well, my master used to say, it's not the sword, it's the wielder that gives it strength. Maybe that's the thing.
Ooh.
Pity we killed it.
Well,
Be good at this, are we?
if there's lots of them, then who's to say that we wiped them out there and then? Maybe there's more of them out there. I mean, I don't think a cult makes like 4 people.
It's a very small, unique cult. It's very niche.
Sure. Is there like a rule, like you have to have at least 6 members before you can start a cult?
Ask the
Well, that means we're
Scientologist
missing
out there.
2.
Dave, weird question. Are blood clerics something in this world?
I haven't really given that much thought. I will answer that another time. I'm not going to say yes or no right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, I haven't really given that one a thought.
We should find this Tassio Transcends Grace before the 10 days up. Right?
Would be a good idea.
Is it the case of finding them or stopping the cult?
Maybe we can do both.
It seems that both are linked. If we can find them, maybe we can stop the cult.
Surely we need to focus on the immediate things right now. So immediately, this person's life is in danger.
Well, the first thing I want to do is get breakfast, so...
I'll second on that.
Third, and it's just me, like, still sleepy. You could clearly see it by his, like, form. Even though he's super tall, he's also super lanky. He's always like...
Does it have like bed hair that kind of lifts his fringe up a little bit so he sees eyes?
Oh, he's still not able to see, but everything else is just like if he was electrocuted. Yes.
So are you guys going to eat at Rascals, or are you going to be going somewhere?
Oh, Rascal doesn't have things for breakfast in house, so...
I'm just kind of following Rascal. I'm just hanging on to like a sleeve. Like, please just leave me. I need food.
you have coffee, Rascal?
Yeah, yes.
And you can say
What
people
is
have coffee.
Let's get some food and think about it while we're having some breakfast.
I'll buy the bakery on the way to the library.
AJ's barbecue opens very early. Just want to let you all know that.
Bacon
She's
roll.
toasty.
You would probably just go to the tavern, he knows.
I see you splitting up for food.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
awkward.
I'm already meeting up to go back to the library.
It's up to
Gotta
you
tell
guys.
each other that's what we're doing.
So, to speed things up, Rascal, where are you going?
Just the tavern
Okay.
in the center.
Cherry Blossom Tavern, because I couldn't think of a better name. Oakley, where are you going?
Oh, AJ's barbecue grill.
Oh, boy, 2 voices today. Boy, where are you going?
With Oakley.
Oakley, so you're going barbecue. Theodore, where are you going?
I'm going for Rascal.
So
I'm
to the
just
tavern?
letting it fucking guide me.
Kia,
Like, I'm all disheveled, but my eyes are closed, but I'm trusting Rascal.
sure.
I'm going to the barbecue.
Barbecue, and Neela.
With Rascal.
Ah.
50-50 split. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, then there's Annie. Well,
Both get taken out.
Annie, you wanna go?
Annie turns and goes, I'm gonna go to the church. I
Fair
want
enough.
to
I'll leave.
pay my respects. So, goodbye. Just drifts away.
Disappears into fog.
Paid.
Nice transition.
My parish needs me.
Oh god. My parish
go.
needs me.
She's just hovering into the light.
Okay, so where do you want to start? Do you want to start at the barbecue, or do you want to start at or do you want to start at the tavern?
Go to the barbecue first.
Barbecue first. Okay. Let me just bring up some NPC names. I don't. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I've got it. It's all good. So, who's there? Who's there at the barbecue? Sorry.
Me.
Okay, so you arrive at AJ's barbecue. And it wasn't. In fact, yeah. So you arrive at AJ's barbecue, and you look around, and you hear the tsh of frying, and you get the smell of just meat just entering your nose and overtaking your senses, but you don't see AJ.
Oh.
Is this a self-serve or?
You
Or
do.
buffet?
You
I don't know.
you can't see any food. It's literally just you need to watch episode 1. It's just that, nothing. There's a bell, and AJ's barbecue at the top.
I was going to ring the bell then. Ding, ding. Hello.
Ding, ding, ding.
From underneath, you see. Yes. Hello. Hi. How can I help you?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm looking for some
You're
breakfast
tall
food.
for an elf. Breakfast food. Okay. What kind? Meat or vegetables? I don't really do many vegetables, if I'm being honest. How
Cheese
can I-
toasty.
A cheese.
Bacon
toast.
roll.
Bacon roll. Okay. Cheese. Okay. And you be right back, and you just hear it murr underneath. And he brings out cheese. He's very fast and magic. And-
I don't know much about cheese, but
I'll just take a bite of like the dripping like
Yeah.
cheese from the toast. It's like, brie. That's an interesting one.
take a-
1 silver, please. What's your name, little one?
Boy.
A boy.
I just throw the silver piece.
Okay, thank you. Very much.
Cheers for the toasty. And then I just walk off.
My Furbolg friend. What about you? What do you want?
A bacon roll, please.
Bacon roll. Okay. You hear it.
but is it a sandwich?
Oh, shut up. We ain't
not.
doing this. He comes up and goes, it's whatever you want it to be, baby. And he puts it there. Gives you 1 silver piece as well, please. Thank you.
Nice. Give your hand over silver piece. There you go.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And you, roll lady.
Bacon butty, please.
What's one of them?
It's a sandwich, dude.
You're an awkward one. I see. Okay, well, I'll be back in a second.
It's just what we call them from where I'm from.
I can't hear you down here. I'm busy.
How did you know that we were talking for you to not hear?
That's what he did.
We can see him. We just sense that he's going.
He pops his head up slightly and just goes, and then pops back down. He hands it to you, and he goes, 2 silver pieces, please. Thank you.
Who? They.
It's different. It's a speciality.
It's not friendship.
I'm going to compare the bacon rolls.
It's the exact same.
I see no difference.
Okay, 1 silver piece then.
Hand over 1 silver piece.
Buys it. Okay. Can't hustle them, eh? Is that everyone done?
Hey, wait a
thank you.
minute. Why did you try and overcharge my friend? Wait,
Because they asked for
It's
something different.
fine.
It
I'm
wasn't
an
on the menu.
outsider. It's fine.
I don't know. Why did you check her coin?
Because I don't know. It's you get used to it.
Well, I
That's
dealt
good.
with you and everyone else yesterday. I know your coin's good. It's a standard procedure.
I gave you a screw yesterday.
What?
Well, I took it back, obviously, but I mean, as a terrible, representation, especially if you're just judging, our new elf friend here.
I was wondering why I was a bit
Elf
light.
friend.
Oh, okay, well,
Can I have my screw back, please?
he takes it out. He looks at Kia and goes, just lifts Kia's sandwich up and there's a screw in there and gives it back to you. Sorry, a little joke, and he runs back down. He goes.
Right. Hey, Oakley boy, how is Rascal like the leader of your little troop?
I mean, he just seems to look like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's kind of smart.
How long have you known him?
Oh, well, a good few years, I guess. Every time he comes into town, he always asks what cider or what new brew I'm doing.
He
Known
doesn't
him ever
live
since
here?
he started using our armory.
He doesn't stay here. He travels around.
Yeah, he does errands here and there.
I'm still hanging behind Rascal.
How long?
Like-
How long have you been using? How long has he been using your armory?
Since he first moved in here. I've been here considerably a lot longer than him.
How long ago was that? Just personal curiosity.
Totally up to you, Soph.
Let's count my hands. It's
Gnome life,
I
baby.
reckon about 12 odd years ago. Really, he just popped by for the shop, but then round about 9 years in, he was kind enough to just stick around and just drag me away from my work when I got a little bit too into it. And just take me to the pub every now and again.
That's fun.
He's a good lad when he wants to be.
So, blacksmith, what do you do, Oakley?
Well, I brew cider and I make mead and I do the honey and I sell apples now and again. Hey, that's a good point actually. I need to go back to the beehives real quick. Wanna come?
I think they're going to take a while in the tavern, so might as well stop by.
You can eat and
I mean,
walk.
if you're going.
You can come see my orchard. It's real good.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah,
Let's all go.
Lily just bounds along. Here, come on.
So let's
He is kind of more reluctant.
go on to a little bit of the tavern first, and then we'll come back to Oakley. So while that's going on, Lou, think about describing your area, please. Okay. So Rascal, Neela, and Theodore, you arrive at Cherry Blossom Tavern, which you've been to many, many times before, and I assume you enter.
Okay. What would you guys like to eat?
Food.
Food.
Mouse.
I will order your favorites.
Please.
It'll be okay.
And Rascal, you look at the bar and you see a middle-aged gentleman just cleaning some glasses. Usual bartender. He goes, "Oh, hello there, Rascal. How are you?"
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doing great. It's been an interesting night, to be honest.
Yes.
So,
Unfortunately, these times are actually really good for my business because everyone likes drinking their sorrows away. So,
yeah.
Anyway, how can I help you?
Some of your finest whiskey. 3 glasses.
Early in the morning. All right. Okay.
You know me. Theo. You want food? What kind of food?
any. Just as long as he could put it in his mouth.
Okay, I
Go.
will order some pork.
Sure, that's fine.
And for himself, he will order just like chicken.
Chicken. Nice.
Nila?
Just some cold cuts, please. Bread and cheese.
Cool. So food will be 5 copper for everyone right now. Rascal, you're sort of friend with the boy here. This is Brutak, by the way. B-R-U-T-A-K.
B-R-U-T-A-K. Okay.
But yeah, 5 copper pieces, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
I
your
will...
and your whiskey. Sorry, 1 silver for your whiskey, please.
Yes, that should be doable. Okay.
So
Okay.
it was kind of crazy last night.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. What were you doing? I mean, I just had to look after everyone here. Make sure everyone was fed and looked after.
Yeah, I was with some friends who needed some company.
That's
Needed
understandable.
some emotional support.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got some thinking to do, so...
Okay. Well, here if you need someone to talk to, as always. Just
Thank you.
enjoy your food, enjoy your whiskey. Are you eating, Rascal? Or is it just whiskey for you? Just whiskey for you, did you say?
Yeah, and a bit of chicken, but...
Ah, yes, okay. And yeah, so they'll just present all that food. I don't know if you're sitting at the bar or sitting at a table. It's up to you
Probably the
guys.
table.
Did you guys
Rascal.
discuss where you're meeting up, by the way?
No.
No.
Ah,
That's our friend group, okay?
amazing.
Yeah, we know.
And
kind
we've
of.
gone to a different place as well. That's amazing. All
We
right.
trust the wind to tell us where the fuck we're all meant
Just
to be.
wait for the petals to guide you like usual.
Rascal,
Hmm?
do you trust Kia?
I'm not so sure. I'm glad she did the reading last night, because that showed something, but I'm not quite sure about her.
You can see that Neela's kind of fidgeting with the button that Kia pulled out, and they're gonna say, we think we do that. They can be aggressive, stubborn, but not evil.
That's good to know. I think they'll fit in eventually, but I think they need some time. I feel like they've been alone for a long time now.
Yo is just gonna pop in like finger up. You know, I do so totally feel some really good vibes of
You're doing good, though, Sugar. Let's go, Sugar. Let's go, Sugar.
The ultimate vibe check master that is. Theo.
Yeah.
What is
So-
your words?
excellent vibes of Akia. I say we trust them until we cannot. That is the ultimate show of trust. I'm just.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yes,
God,
sugar.
this is-
I can't wait for this to go on for a few more, like quite a lot more episodes, dude. It's
Yep.
gonna be great. It's gonna get better.
Nila, does that button tell you something more than just what you told her?
Neela will kind of stare at the button a little bit. Well, we really just wanted to read their personality, nothing more. So we didn't get a future or anything, just personality traits. It's strange with these. We've always thought that the atom bone was a little strange. It's so contradicting. Aggressive yet logical, acting before thinking and yet thinking all the time. But we think it fits.
What's that noise?
It's a gas leak.
It sounds like a gas leak.
What was that?
You just hear the guy go, sorry, got the taps on here. Sorry about that, everyone.
I don't know what that was.
Don't worry
It's
about
alien interference.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Changing the station.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
Yeah, it was a Bunsen burner in the corner. Sorry.
We
Well-
could try to read their future, but they weren't very happy. So I don't know. We don't know if they would be okay with that.
I think we'll get them to. I think. We'll see that.
All
I
right.
think
Ooh, go,
it-
please.
I think they are an Iron Fist, and they will be the Iron Fist within this group if they stay. And it's good to have someone of force and brute behind you, but I think she's gonna be a rough one.
As long as there are no more open doors or closed doors between us, I think this is gonna be a most
more
outrageous adventure.
Yeah. Yes, Theodore. All right, guys. At that point, let's pan over to Oakley.
Okay. God, just literally just stopped writing what I was going to say as well. Okay.
Present
So-
your homework, please.
There's the essay.
So quite close to the library, but far enough to sort of not draw too much attention to itself, is a vast field and a beautiful orchard that is very, very well kept. There is about 100 apple trees, there's 50 pear trees, and there are some blackberry bushes sort of dotted around the place. Also, so that's sort of on the left side of the field. On the right side, there is 24 beehives. Again, very well kept, very pristine. Behind the beehives, however, there is a sparring area that hasn't been used for a while. There's sort of wooden swords, sticks, that sort of thing, dummies, training dummies, targets, all that sort of thing you can think of, a fighting ring. Not the state of abandonment, but could do with a bit of TLC for sure. On the right, towards the trees, is so just over the trees is a small barn that holds the brewery itself. The brewery, if you looked inside the barn, there's like cupboards. Inside the cupboards are various glasses, there's mixing equipment, all that sort of stuff. And another set of cupboards, there's bags of flour. No one quite knows why Opie has that there. I think he tried to do apple pies once and wasn't very successful. But in the barn is also a loft, and that's where Oakley sleeps. So it's just a very a nice tidy area. Not much to his name. His orchard is pretty much what he owns. Behind the barn is a very special area where a stone tablet with his master's name is carved, with some burnt incense sticks and just a few sort of the first few leaves of from the orchard trees that are starting to fall onto his stone. The reason he's here is that as per a beekeeper's duty to the bees is to actually talk to them first thing in the morning and give them any news, and it's called the telling of the bees. So, and this is why it's so important that he told Bumble to say that he was coming to say what happened. So he'll go to the first hive, not do much. He'll just sort of stand there and he'll sort of hum like a little sort of go. He'll go.
And as this happens, you see slowly some bees emerge from the beehive and start to spiral up and then circular in front of Oakley.
And that's it. And he'll talk. He'll just say, he'll go, "Good morning. I hope everyone had a good sleep. A lot's happened. I'm sure you've probably heard the gossip, but obviously I've got to tell you directly. Father Henry is died. He got killed, and disturbingly, I saw Master again. He came back. That's not good. So we're looking for clues to see why that happened and why Father Henry's dead. Well, the good news is we got a new friend in Kia. Say hello, Kia."
Hi.
And then make like an infinity kind of vibe going. Just vroom, vroom, vroom. Then back to
And
Sarah.
And then and obviously, boys come say hello too.
One lands on boy's nose.
Evening, chaps.
It sounds like a motorbike.
As soon as the bees touch boy, they become mechanical and just turn into like motorcycles in the air. Steam-powered bees.
Someone backfires, but it's just really tiny, like a little pop.
You can see a little bit of
Just stuck in the air.
So yeah, you'll sort of say, well, that's it for now anyway. Have you got any news? Is there anything I need to know? What have you seen on your flights?
And they sort of go still in a circular motion, but because you spent so much time with your bees, you sort of see it as like inactive, because the time when everything occurred, they were back in their hives.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a biologist or whatever the fuck it is, but I'm only going to assume that bees go back into the hive at night. So when everything happened, they started to settle. So
Sometimes they sleep in flowers, and if there's another bee around, they sleep like in pairs, and they like link legs and they cuddle up together, and it's so adorable.
They also get pissed when they eat fermented apples and
They can't like fly in a straight line. It's so adorable.
They also boil.
Bees.
They also boil wasps alive as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty gangster.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the honey you gave me to sell, it did really, really good. We made some good coin for the monastery.
Big up and down.
So thank you for that.
Suddenly they're an ambulance.
Guys, you try and be fucking bees.
Are you saying that ambulance? Is that what you're trying to say?
Ambulance. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyone from that.
Wow, there's no going back. This is it. Thank you for joining us. This is the final episode of Crimson Petal.
We can't peak any higher than this.
Yeah.
The bees make like a sad face, like it's a line of bees, and then
Hold up scoreboards. Oh, 0.
Hey, you're just showing off in front of my new friend. You really like my jokes.
Turns to a smile.
Well, I don't think I'll be brewing for a while. I'll take a couple of supplies with me, but I'll make sure you're looked after if I have to go anywhere. I'm sure someone from the monastery will help me out if I send a message. And you have to think about the message, and then that'll be it, really.
So as you say your goodbyes, the bees will sort of just go onto your shoulders and just move around you, and then they go back into the hive. Some of them have to go off from their daily chores of going to find flowers, which you provide because of the orchard you've provided. So yeah, is there anything else you want to do there, Oakley?
Probably pick up a few sort of empty bottles and some apples. Yep. And just just do a bit of a resupply, really.
Sure, that's fine.
And just tidy up my loft a little bit, and then come down and.
Because I'm trying to think of a way to. Go on, Kia, you do your thing first.
When wandering around and Oakley goes off and does their thing, if like some bees come close to Kia, she's just gonna go, "Hello, bees." Critical Role reference.
Yeah.
Hello, bees. Hello, bees.
Hello, bees. Hello.
Hello, bees.
Hello, bees.
Hello, bees.
So for the sake of bringing it all together after this is like happened, and you've got all your supplies, what's gonna happen is one of the bees lands on your shoulder, Oakley, and then it goes doot doot doot, and then it goes towards the tavern so you guys can meet up. So you have to follow.
Can I do one more thing before they arrive? Nila, I know it's been a while since we've done one of those, but could you do a reading for me?
Okay.
Everyone likes readings.
Jesus. Okay, wait. Get up. Okay.
That's what happens, dude. When you bring out something what's unique, everyone's like, "Give me now."
All right. So
let's play with this thing. Yeah.
He was gonna. I guess if they're at a table and they're finished eating, we'll kind of move the plates away a little bit and go put their animal skin on the table. And you see that the animal skin has like white markings that seem to separate it into different parts. And they take out their their bag and they shake it and they say, "Should we answer a question?"
Up to you.
What question do you have for the bones?
Is there a safe route?
Safety. Okay, why don't you roll 3d20s for me?
Okay.
This is interesting.
10,
10,
11,
11,
16.
16. Okay.
I hope this doesn't determine what you guys fucking do. I'm just thinking, like, hang on. Hang on a second. Theo, is there anything you want to do before Neela explains anything?
I also wanted to have Neela read me. I just have
Okay.
one question. That's it.
Okay. All right. So Neela shakes the bag of bones, and they will, with their mage hand, take out 3 bones, and one of them is a rat bone. It's a shoulder blade of a rat. The other is is what looks like one of those like leg bones, but you're not sure of what animal it is. It's a hawk. I was gonna say it. And then the last one is, what did you roll? You rolled a C? Is a wishbone. And they're going to kind of like shake them in their hand a bit and then throw them onto the animal skin. And the love bone is going to land on the tail area, so at the very back of the animal skin. The hawk bone is going to land on the head area, and the wishbone in the neck area. And they're gonna look at it, and they're gonna kind of like, their brow's gonna furrow a little bit, and it's gonna say, well, here, and they're gonna point to the tail area. Those are the lessons that we're supposed to learn. And it says here, and you see that the heart bone is on there. The heart bone, it represents love and affection and friendship, which seems a little on the nose, but I suppose what it means is that if we should traverse safely, we need to stick together. We can't separate. And then this, and they point to the head area where the hawk bone landed, the air bone, and they're gonna say, this is one of the 4 biggest bones. And the air bone represents freedom, change, and communication. It means that we need to have and the top of the skin is our head space. It means that we need to communicate openly with each other in order to travel safely. And then last, and they'll point to the neck area. These are external factors that will be standing in our way. And they look a little closer at the wishbone that landed there. And they're gonna say, that's a little worrying. The wishbone is the crossroads. It can represent balance, justice, change, or sacrifice, but you see the way it landed, and they'll show how the wishbone is landed on its side. It means that there will need to be some sort of sacrifice. We need to change something about how we act in order to traverse safely.
I'm gonna write that down as the DM.
God damn it.
Neela, take inspiration if you haven't got one already. It's too good. It's too good, dude. I can't not. It's too fucking good.
We hope that was helpful. We know it was a little vague, but the bones aren't really cooperating today.
More than enough, thank you.
Go on, Theodore.
Neela, could you read me?
Okay.
Like a book.
Like a book.
Wow.
Do you have a question for the bones?
Yes. Could you ask them if I will be able to write the ultimate song?
Okay, roll 3d20s for me.
Big questions here.
This is the rest of the campaign. Nothing actually
This
happens.
is like it's actually just Theo's like music career, and we're just like managers and like bodyguards and stuff.
This is the quest of Taco for Theo.
It is,
Just
it
like
really is.
finding the strings on the chords.
Yep.
Okay, so 11.
11.
6.
Okay, wait. 11, 6,
And 2.
and 2.
I love this shit.
Good.
Naomi, I can't believe you put this together, dude. It's so impressive.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so the 3 bones that are pulled out this time is once again the wishbone is pulled out again. What looks like a small the bone, the like antler bone, but it's like a very small antler, so either of like some other creature or baby stag. And then the last one is what looks like maybe a fish bone. It's like the rib area of a fish. And they'll throw them onto the animal skin. And let's see. So the wishbone will once again land on the neck area. The earth bone will land on the chest area, and so will the water bone. And so Neela is going to look at it and kind of like concentrate again, and then look up. You want to write the perfect song, right?
Yes, the ultimate song.
And then they'll point to the neck area and say, well, this is what's preventing you of doing that, the external factors. And it means that there's some sort of, and they'll look again and they'll say, well, this represents justice and change and balance. So maybe something in your life isn't correctly balanced and it's preventing you from doing what you want. And then they'll point to the 2 bones that landed in the very center. And they'll say, these are the feelings you must have in order to write what you want. One here, and they'll point to the antler, that's the earth bone. It symbolizes growth and renewal and healing. It means there's some form of growth or development you still need in order to reach the goal you've set out for yourself. And they'll point to the fish rib. That's the water bone. It features your emotions and your subconscious. And it means that you need to follow what you want to do. You need to follow your emotions in order to achieve what you want.
Theo is just going to just look at you with like, you can't see his eyes, but his eyes are like wide open. And he's just gonna say, wow.
Radical.
Yes.
So good. I love that shit.
Most excellent.
Neela, it's so good. So after you've obviously read their fortunes, which I've totally written down because good stuff.
Before you continue on
Please,
though,
Theo, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take like a 10 gold piece and just give it to Neela, because performer knows another like
Fair.
like Neela's giving their talents to me, so I'm giving something back.
One performer to another.
Yeah, I like
Yes.
Thank you. And they'll pocket that.
that. And you're like, yes, we did it for money. Maybe they fell for it. No, so after that happens, it's about this time when I'm gonna say Annie's gonna join you as well after they've done their thing. We'll come on to what they talk about or what they know in the next session because I want to make sure Maddie can say it, not me. And then yeah, the B group ends up with the tavern group, and if you're in the tavern or outside the tavern, it's totally up to you guys.
Gonna wander in.
There you go. And you're in the tavern, guys, if you're going in.
Yep, follow.
This looks like fun. You doing readings again?
Oh lord.
Kia, I got my aura totally red, and I think I know where I need to concentrate and like meditate and all of that stuff. So I know that you did some mumbo jumbo of that nature yesterday. Could you teach me how to do that so that I can center myself?
Oh,
I mean,
So good.
Sure. Literally, it's just like closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing. Like I'm.
Excellent. Okay.
It's a little bit more than that.
Oh.
And at this point, Theo is just gonna go directly to Oakley with a parchment and a little quill. Really? What do I need to do?
Well, you can't write it down. It's something you gotta feel.
But what am I supposed to be feeling?
Well, that's the thing. It's unique to everyone. I'll teach you properly once we get a minute.
I love the sense of urgency. It's so great.
Relax now.
I will be relaxing.
No.
Watch me relax.
Once we gotta do what we gotta do. Next time we rest, I'll teach you.
Excellent. You, my friend, are most amazing of friends.
Well, thank you.
Anyone want a drink?
Fucking hell, rascal. How many shots of whiskey you had?
At home 1 and here 3.
So 4 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a shot.
It's on me.
Silver piece
I'll
if
take
anyone
2
takes a
shots.
shot. Silver piece
I'll
if
take
anyone
a
takes a shot.
I'll take a shot.
2 shots.
Good morning,
Should we
everyone.
roll to see if we down it? Clearly.
It's early in the morning as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll a Constitution save.
I rolled a natural 3 and a natural 20.
Do I also have to roll one?
Yeah, rascal, you're quite a few down. Of course you do.
Hang on, we've got food inside our bellies, eh?
That's 5 and a 25.
Is all the more fun?
23.
Does food in my belly give me advantage? No, you fucking weirdos.
If I'm an alcoholic, do I get advantage?
Oh god, damn
I
it.
take cider for a living.
Taste, not drink. Never get high off your own supply, Oakley. Come on.
Alright, yeah, no, I've got a 7.
So anyone who rolled...
I rolled
So
a
if
16.
anyone rolled over a 10, you do knock it back. If you rolled under a 10, you knock it back, but it's kind of like a... when you take it.
The first one kind of like coughs a little bit, and
Yeah.
the second one is...
Oh yeah, you rolled a natural 20 in the second one, didn't you?
You said
I
Kaya.
love that
Yeah,
there's
so
this
Kaya.
sense of urgency.
Don't.
There's somebody
This-
that's probably going to die one town over, and everybody's just like knocking back
You
doors.
get, well, if someone's gonna die within the 10 day, you're gonna need a stiff drink to come to
Yeah.
grips with that.
Priorities.
Speaking of which, what's your plan?
Library.
Okay, so we found out shit that Henry's connected to probably something of the cult. So let's find out if the next person
The next
Which is hard, man,
resurrection
it's
of
fine.
Jesus.
That
Jesus
whisper, man,
rises.
like the shots really got to
Guys,
me.
we've got to stop the resurrection of Jesus. Oh no.
if the previous ones and the next one also have a link to it, then we can find out where they hide out, where they are, and we'll see from them.
Good idea.
Sounds like a plan.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Can I, just out of curiosity, DM?
Yeah.
The money that I was promised from Crimson Petal, was that to just go with them for the one night, or was it just sorting out the entire...
Find the heads of the people who are responsible.
Okay. T.
Yeah.
Not that I want to leave,
As in,
but
sorry, when I say find the heads, I don't go, I found it and you come back with
it's
nothing.
there.
Bring the
That's a
heads.
head.
So I think our next plan is to go to Haimon.
And there is a dude that's definitely
Wait,
going
where
to
was
die
that
the
that
next
we were
2
going?
days.
Haimon,
Yeah, hi Moon.
the place of the high moon. I don't know.
Neither, I will-
The moon is high, like a
high
big pizza
moon.
pie.
I don't know.
A place where the moon
It's high.
is high.
So, the high moon.
Devil's lettuce, man. You got to keep the planets away
High
from it.
moon is in the Dales lands, so you're not most of you don't really know too much about it. Neela, you. The only thing I'd say you're gonna know about this, Neela. Let me just make sure I brought the notes up for this one. Where's my session 4 thing? Have I deleted it? Oh no, guys, it's fine.
Are you?
As you have your Waterstone library, you have actually heard of High Moon before, specifically for the temple they have. The reason why you've heard of this temple before, the name of the temple is the Leaves of Learning, and it's known as having the best library in Faerun, or one of the best libraries in Faerun. Something like, I'm going to say your library sort of looked up to, but never could be asked to actually go and try and like get that big. So you've heard of High Moon, Rascal, similar kind of thing, but the main thing for yourself why you wanted to go to High Moon was just because you knew of your previous bounty. What was in High Moon? It's not too much else there. Your plan was sort of to go there and then get information and then claim your bounty. So you know how to get there. Kia, as we established in the last session, you've not been there, but you've been through the same path leading towards it through Hulak Forest. Everyone else, I don't think you have. I don't think you've had much experience.
The map was on the Discord, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to actually send you...
Oh, wait, I have it downloaded onto my computer. What am I talking about?
I can't do it now, but after this, I can send you a little update of that map, because what I've done is put a grid over it, and each square on the map represents a day worth of travel. So, broke it all down for you. And I made sure that it made sense in the 10-day thing, because I was like, oh shit, I said this, and I don't know if it works, but...
Where's High Moon? What's it near?
So High Moon is, if you're looking at a map of Cormier,
yes.
You go through Hulak Forest, and then you go
upwards,
past,
north.
Top right. Then you go past the Crimson Peaks. Crimson Peaks. The Thunder Peaks. Everything's crimson here. And the Thunder Peaks are gigantic. It's a gigantic mountain range, but there is a place to go through where trade happens, called Thunder Gap. During the winter times, that is completely covered in snow and all that kind of jazz. But during the summer, spring, normal times, that's where most people do their trade. You would know this, Kia, and Rascal, you would know this especially, that the journey there is kind of, how can I say it? You've just got to be on the lookout. Hulak Forest, as everything around here in these areas is dangerous, but that's a given. You go anywhere, it's dangerous. You go outside your place, it's dangerous. We know this. But Rascal, you do know that you can make it there in a 10-day. Just.
Okay. Rascal will. I would like to say that he has grabbed his notebook with him, and he will write down in his notebook a little note, which I will DM you what it says.
Totally fine.
And he's gonna quickly just say to the group, "Hold up, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Take another drink, I will pay." And he will run outside, and he will go to like where the purple dragon knights are.
About, yeah.
And he will walk up to the ones he sees closest.
Yeah, so 2 guards. Yep.
Yeah, and he will hand them over the note. And he will say, "Please get this to Lucian."
Oh.
You don't have to say from who it is, but please get it to him.
We'd like to know your name.
I think he'll know if he sees it.
Okay. Sure. Barry, you got that? Yeah, Larry. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, and I will run back to the tavern.
Cool. Question, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We know boys' mode of transportation, I'm assuming. Who of you would have a horse?
I don't know.
It's up to you guys.
I feel like he would,
Kia?
but I'm not sure.
Right, it's up to you. I don't mind.
I feel like he would.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So,
That's
Kia,
sure.
I would like you to come up with your horse's name. Rascal, I would like you to come up with your horse's name. And obviously, that's something when you guys want to set out for your journey, obviously. But is there anything else you want to do?
This is wonderful. However, I do need to go back to the Crimson Petal to retrieve my things.
I've got a favour to ask, boy, as well, before we leave. Can you sharpen my ninjato, please? My sword. I think I need a little bit sharpened, please.
Oh, yeah, fine. I'll need my, oh god, I need my scouring. I'll just nip back to the armory and just go get it. I'll just disappear to get back to
Yeah,
the armory.
sure.
Go back.
Oh, would boy sharpen my weapons as well?
You have a great sword.
Yeah.
Boy will be able to carry it. I don't know, but you can go with it.
I could, if sitting still, I could. I'm not sharpening on the move.
Oh, I thought you meant you're taking the weapons there and then shot. That's fine. Okay,
No, I've got like a hand. It's like the scouring.
My mistake. Yeah. All right.
So
It's not an anvil.
Don't like me.
So Kia gets her greatsword, puts it down on the table. A dagger, 2 hand axe, and her long sword, and just like drops them on the table. I'm gonna leave these here. I probably won't need them on my way. I'm just gonna go around and get my stuff. I'll be right back. And Kia turns and goes back to the Crimson Petal.
Okay, that's cool. So as you get closer to Crimson Petal, the door for yourself is in front of you, and as you get close enough to it, you hear a little, and it just slowly turns blue color on the outside of the door. You're used to this. When you're part of it, the door is pretty much available for you to enter, and come and go as you please.
Okay. Yeah. So Kia, goes in. And I like the idea of every time someone gets their name wrong, she just like blips into like the bard from the other campaign and then blips back.
Yeah.
Fully glitches. Kia goes in, waves at whoever's behind the bar.
It's
goes into her.
Yeah, go on, please. Go, please.
Goes into her room. Picks up just a really basic pack. And it has like a bedroll, really basic equipment. And she reaches into one of the pockets and gets out a small necklace which has a carved bear in it. On it. It's a carved bear.
In it, mate.
How can I fucking speak English? And gets up the necklace, which is a carved bear. She holds it in her hand and rubs it a few times. Puts it on and hides it in her clothes. Does a quick scan around the room, make sure she isn't missing anything. Picks up a few bits of clothes and folds them up and puts them in her pack. And just turns and walks out and goes up to the bar if there's someone there.
Well, you'll have Melody at the bar as usual.
Melody, hi.
Hi, darling. How are you?
That thing we're doing.
Yes.
You haven't heard of any cult shit going on, have you?
There's always cult shit going on, darling.
That's fair. Yeah, I should have been more specific. God damn it, I should have been listening when they were talking.
Are you getting close? Are you getting closer to the target? Yes or no?
I guess. They keep wanting to read who I am as a person, and
well,
it's a lot.
You sometimes put up your walls. Maybe relax a little. I don't know.
I mean,
you're doing your job. I'm not going to tell you.
It's a few days, and then I won't see them again.
Exactly. But in the meantime, maybe get along with them. It just smooths it over.
Okay, whatever you suggest, Melody. Thank you.
No problem. Just, again, good luck, and I know you can do it.
Thanks.
So if nothing about the cult, no, nothing.
I can't honestly bring anything to mind. I should have taken notes or something. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Quick, does anyone have any questions that would specifically come to mind if I'd actually
You
been?
didn't plan anything.
Notes.
No.
Yeah.
Just let it be.
No, Becca.
Did you know that mercenary? What was his name?
Often that.
The guy that freezes people.
The mercenary.
Not mercenary.
No,
Nope.
it is a mercenary. No, I'm just
No,
saying.
yeah,
Like, it's
okay.
just the mercenary.
The mercenary.
The mercenary.
Freezes people.
Yeah, you know, he killed people and then they were frozen from like the inside. Do you remember that guy?
It rings a bell. But why? What's important about this?
He's dead.
Oh, okay. Why is that important?
Cult shit.
This is very complicated with no real.
Yeah, I can't honestly tell you I'm understanding much. I'm just kind of nodding a lot.
That's fair. That's okay. Maybe it's just not in your repertoire.
Yeah, it's really not. But he didn't ever come around here. I think I ended up in the same town as him at some point, but I can't say that I ever met him in person.
I'm not too sure.
His name rang a bell. It just triggered something. But
I told you what. Leave it with me. We'll try and pass a few messages around, see what's going on, and we'll be in contact.
okay. The question is, how did he die?
Okay.
And was there anything significant or unusual about it?
Okay, that's
Other
fine.
than that, I think I'm okay.
If we know anything, we'll be in contact. And she turns to Blossom, and Blossom goes, "Yes, I'll just message you, as usual, as in sending and all that kind of thing." So
Thank you, Blossom. You're a lifesaver.
no problem. And you just see her still getting a bit of ice on her face from the fight before.
Yeah.
But she's okay.
Sorry about that, Blossom.
It's part of the game. And then
Yeah. Okay, well, I shall see you hopefully in a few days' time if these. Well, I think I'm the dimwit in this troop. If I don't get myself killed, I will see you in a few days' time.
I look forward to seeing you, Kia. Take care.
You too. Turns around, walks up.
Kia, where's your horse? Rascal, where's your horse?
Does the Crimson Petal have, I don't know, stables?
Here's what
Somewhere to put a horse?
Here's what I'd like to say.
Tree to tie it to?
I would like to say that there are stables in Cherry Blossom Town.
Okay, that's where my
So
horse
I
would be.
feel like the group would gather to the stables all together. So Kia, you meet everyone up there.
I think it might be better if we go to the inn because my greatsword is there.
Sure.
Yeah. You get back to the inn, and I've
sure.
just got like blocks of whetstones and a file out, and I'm just like really just like one leg on the table,
Sure.
just like trying my best to just get some of the blunted edges off the sword. I'm just like, you really need to sharpen this a little bit more often.
Sorry, it's difficult, you know.
I just hold up and go, look at that, it's nearly chipped all the way through. I could slice in half.
I'm sorry. I will take better care of my weaponry in the future.
Just come to me if you ever need them resharpened again.
Will do.
Everyone has some nicely sharpened weapons. And I'm assuming you all start heading off to your stables. To finish off, Rascal and Kia, give me your horses' names and describe those horses for me.
Oregano.
Oh no.
My horse is called Lavender, but I call him Lavi.
Great.
And he is mix between a Arabier, is that what you call it in
Arabian.
English? Arabier, and
Arabian.
a Mustang. And he is mostly just brown, blackish, black hair, and just normal brown black
Sure.
color.
Yeah. Perfect. Kia, how about your horse?
Give me a minute. That's a specific
You found the horse.
You found the horse.
I found the horse.
I was totally going to go with like the horse was in the Crimson Petal, but I thought, would they have a horse there? And then like jumping out. That'd be so sick.
Just bring my horse down from my room.
Yeah.
They have animal heads on like the wall, and there's just like this one horse's head that just like looks around. It's just like come through, and it just like opens up to a door, and he looks out.
Amazing.
Yeah. So he is an Appaloosa. They're spotty horses. And his name is Stripe.
No,
Aww.
that's
I mean,
adorable.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop a picture in Discord because it's the horse of my sister that I based it off.
Awesome.
Aw.
That's cool. So, is the party setting off to High Moon from this point?
Are we checking the library for information, or are we just going?
If you want to check, you're welcome to.
We don't have anything to check, we don't think.
You have a lot of information. Neela, here's the thing. You spent so much time reading books that you pretty much know the library back and front. And I know that was something you said, just read. Just read is the thing what you mentioned. I think you got in the habit of reading pretty much everything what's available in the library. So I'm going to say, just for the sake of like wrapping this area up to start with, you know everything what's in that library. I think it makes sense. You spent most of your life there, so yeah. Well, most of your adult life, if you would. So, yeah, I think with that, you guys will be heading... Now, how it's going to be working on the map, you'll either be cutting across the fields, or you'll be going straight onto the, like the trade route up, and then it cuts off into like a T-section, and you follow the path to the right. And we'll explore what happens on that part later, next week, because I have some stuff to show you guys next week. So we'll leave it there. Theo, I hope you're feeling better, dude. I don't know where you gone. You disappeared.
No.
But yeah, that'll be today's session done today, guys. Well done. Good job.
Yeah.
Real nice
Yay.
RP session. We're on the fucking way to High Moon. Oh,
Who would have thought?
I have so much planned. Oh, shit.
So what I love about this character is the fact that she's super dumb.
Yeah.
So me not taking notes and me forgetting things and then not being able to ask any legitimate questions, it is actually in character. It's not just me being a bad player.
That's why
Although I am a
play
bad
Flock.
player.
That's why I play Flock, because I don't need to do anything. Pop my head.
Always forgetting to ask for names.
Exactly.
It's, by the way, also fun because Rascal, his dump stat is intelligence.
Yeah, it's great. Really
Don't
good.
really
Why did I
Person here with
decide
high
to play
intelligence?
another intelligence-based
Yeah,
character? No!
Neela and Boy. Neela and Boy, the only people with high intelligence. That's
Hey,
good. That's what it's all
My
about.
notes are good.
Anything else you want to say, guys, before we finish off?
Question: who's riding Magnus with me?
That's a good point. Yeah, let's do that. Who's riding who?
What's Oakley doing?
Dave, do you want to rephrase that quickly?
Nope. I will
Okay.
not.
Yeah,
Well, Oakley's quite a big boy, so he'll probably just walk.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Fit on Magnus.
Here's the thing. What I realized with horses and travel, riding a horse and walking make no difference in travel time. It's kind of interesting because I was like, oh, does it cut time? No, it doesn't. So yeah,
Whereas if you've got a lot of stuff to carry.
exactly. It's a horse that's burdened. Yeah, exactly. Or encumbered. Sorry, not burdened. Burdened. You horrible lot.
He's just got some like emotional history that he's just like working through.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll come on to that next time. We'll start doing like animal handling and all that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Construct
now.
handling.
Oh, I'm excited. I had one extra thing I wanted to do today, but for time, we'll wait until next week.
But you know what? I think we did pretty good if we only had one thing
It's
that
great.
you wanted us
No,
to
it
do.
was great. Everything
Yeah.
was perfect. It was really cool. Neela, I love the fucking fortune telling.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right, guys. Thanks for playing. I will make sure we send Sugar some love because obviously, bless them, I think they've just collapsed or something. So we'll make sure we're okay. But yeah, let's just raid and we'll see you guys next week, I guess. So from everyone here,
Bye.
peace out. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.